Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Diplomatic Enclave. I'm your host Omar Khalid, but as is the norm with our series, this show is no exception. We have with us the ambassador of a country with whom Pakistan shares extremely positive and deep-rooted relations. These relations are based on religious, linguistic, cultural linkages and spiritual affiliation. Before I move on to the ambassador of that country, I'd like to highlight two or three things. One is that this country has one of the oldest civilizations that dates back to the year 4000 BC. On top of that, in the language of that country, the name of that country means the land of the Aryans. Now, without further ado, let me introduce to you my guest for this show. He is none other than the ambassador, Islamic Republic of Iran, His Excellency Dr. Reza Amiri Moghaddam. Thank you very much, sir, to have joined us. Sirs, first of all, thank you for having given us this time. I know you have a very busy schedule. You are here since some time in Pakistan. I'd like to understand how your experience in Pakistan has been so far.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم و به نستعین. اولا تشکر میکنم از شبکه پی تی وی که امروز زحمت کشیدن و در
First of all, I would like to offer my greetings to the PTV Pakistan National TV channel for attending in the Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran to take this interview. And I extend my greetings to you and your team. To be exact, it's about 1 year and about 3 months that I'm in Pakistan to be appointed as the ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran in this beautiful country. My experience comes back to the past, and because of the studies that I had for a long time about Pakistan. And whenever I came to Pakistan, all that I have studied and reviewed before coming to this beautiful country was adopting what I see. And the thing is that I know about the opportunities and potentialities that the relations between the two brotherly, neighborly, and Muslim countries have with each other, and there are many grounds to work and cooperate with each other. The two countries and the two nations have a lot of common links and commonalities regarding ethnic, culture, literature, and religious commonalities with each other. And I know from the depth of my heart that the two nations do like each other and love each other. And the more that the time passed on and the more that I go on, I understand more that there is a very heartful and intimate relation feeling between the two nations of the two countries. During the 1 year that I've been in Pakistan, I was witnessing a great position that the Islamic Republic of Pakistan has in the relations with Iran.
Excellency, very recently we had the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Excellency Ibrahim Raisi, Mrs. Alamul Huda, Honorable Spouse of the President, your Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian, and other members of your delegation that came to Pakistan in April 2024. The last visit before that was in 2016 of Excellency Hassan Rouhani. How important has this presidential visit been? What are the key takeaways when it comes to this very visit?
سفر رئیس جمهور شهید ما به دعوت
The visit of His Excellency President Raisi, the late Shahid President of Islamic Republic of Iran, happened by the official invitation of Honorable Muhammad Shahbaz Sharif, the Honorable Prime Minister of Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And this visit happened in a very important period of time. And it was because this visit happened at the very beginning of the tenure of the government in Pakistan. And the President of Islamic Republic of Iran was the first leader of a country that visited Pakistan as the first leader. And during the visit, lots of agreements was made between the two countries regarding some MOUs in the cultural relations, in the economical relations, in the social relations. And also the two countries and two sides decided to expand and promote the all-out relations between the two countries. The treaty of the security between the two countries, which was already signed, was ratified in the Assembly of Pakistan. And the other as well agreements were made regarding the facilitation of commerce and trade between the traders and the businessmen in the two countries. And very important agreement was that the two sides decided to increase the level of the trade, bilateral trade between the two countries from the present volume to $1 billion a year. And this is a very important phase which depicts new horizons and new perspectives in front of the economical and trade relations between Iran and Pakistan. And another very important agreement which was made, it was agreed that a high-level delegation from Pakistan heading with His Excellency Mr. Jam Kamal Khan, the Honorable Minister of Commerce of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, travels to Iran to follow up about all of the agreements which was made during the visit. But unfortunately, this decision led to the martyrdom of Iranian president, and after that the new election in Iran, and unfortunately it was stopped. But still we hope that it will get renewed during the coming months.
And of course, my deepest condolences on the demise, very sad demise of Excellency Ibrahim Raisi and his entourage. Our deepest condolences from us as well as our country and our people as well. Before we move forward also, I'd like to again also reiterate the resolve of friendship and commitment that Pakistan has towards Iran, and I'm sure it is the same commitment that Iran has towards Pakistan as well. Now, Iran and Pakistan, Excellency, share a common bond of history, a common bond of religion, amongst others. How have bilateral relations between both the friendly, brotherly countries developed since diplomatic relations were established between both countries? What is the forte of this relationship between our two countries in your point of view? What binds our two countries?
بله، ما دو کشور، من همیشه میگم که ایران و پاکستان.
About Iran and Pakistan, I always said that these two countries are one soul and one spirit in two bodies, and just the geographical border lines are dividing these two countries. So Iran and Pakistan are one single nation, and as you know, the two countries have been speaking with one language for more than 800 years. There are lots of commonalities and common links and bonds between Iran and Pakistan. And I tantamount sometimes to say that the relations between Iran and Pakistan are exclusive. And sometimes with joking, I say that during the colonial time, the Britishers forgot to create a kind of conflict between Iran and Pakistan, because Iran and Pakistan are the rarest countries in the region that do not have any border and territorial conflicts with each other. Of course, I think that with the potentialities and the capacities that the two countries have, there are much more grounds for cooperations regarding cultural, economical, political, international, and regional topics and issues in a way that with boosting and promoting these areas, the people of the two countries will be able to live happily with each other in this region. We try, and we have a firm determination in the two sides to make the common borders of the two countries the borders of trade, and to boost trade and business with each other. Iran and Pakistan have air, land, and sea border lines with each other. Of course, the land borders are a little bit more active than the sea borders. Regarding the aviation cooperations, these days we are busy to cooperate with our Pakistani brothers to boost the aviation cooperations between the two countries and to activate new lines between Iran and Pakistan. And we believe that if these three border lines, including air, sea, and land, are promoted, we can open new windows of hope for the people of the two countries, for the prosperity and happiness. And I have the honor to tell you that with all neighboring countries of Iran, Pakistan stands the fourth Iranian trade partner. And I believe that with the potentialities and the capacities that Iran and Pakistan have, during the coming years, these two countries can make the first common trade partners of each other, inshallah. And of course, if this is realized, we believe that with the well-being and the welfare which is created throughout the region, the plight of terrorism will be annihilated and uprooted, and something that has for a long period of time somehow made problems for the daily life of the people. But with these expansions and promotions, we think that more prosperity and more well-being will be created in the region.
Excellency, now I'd like to understand, going a little bit forward as far as our mutual relations are concerned, one point that stands quite amongst the major points that binds our nations is our poet Allama Muhammad Iqbal. I've heard lots of Iranian people heaping loads of praise on Allama Iqbal. What is the status of our national poet in your country?
اقبال همون اندازه‌ای که در پاکستان
Regarding Allama Iqbal, I should tell you that Allama Iqbal is one of the prominent and well-known Pakistani poets, and I have the honor to tell you that Allama Iqbal is known in Iran as a great philosopher, as a scientist, as a distinguished poet and a scholar. And he is known in Iran like Mawlavi, Hafiz and Sadi and the other scholars in Iran are known. I remember during the last years, because as you know, every year the Supreme Leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran has a session with the poets in his house. And every year somehow he recites some of the verses from Allama Iqbal, or at least some of the participants or the Supreme Leader himself talks about the technical aspects of the Allama Iqbal poems. Another point is that one of the largest avenues in Iran is named after Allama Iqbal, and this avenue is very well known, and this is one of the most beautiful avenues in the city of Tehran. Another fact is that most of the Iranian people think that Iqbal is an Iranian poet, and most of them do not know that even Iqbal is a Pakistani poet. Another point is that an MOU is signed between Iran and Islamic Republic of Pakistan to make a common serial or film from the biography and the life of Allama Iqbal, and we hope that this serial will be produced soon. And the final point is that the poems of Iqbal and even the biography of Iqbal is one of the contents of the schools and curriculums in the primary schools and in high school of Iran.
Wonderful. Excellency. From that, I'd like to go to one of the biggest aspects of any relations between two countries, including that between Iran and Pakistan, that is the foreign policy. Any country's foreign policy is extremely important, and of course, yours is no different. I'd like to understand what are the basic principles of your foreign policy, if you put into context the recent developments.
اصول سیاست خارجی ایران
Iranian foreign policy is based upon three principles, including expediency, wisdom, and dignity. The practical translation of these three principles is that we are interacting with the other countries with wisdom, expediency, we decide with expediency, and we interact with dignity. Another practical translation of this principle is that we never do cruelty toward the other countries, and we never accept cruelty and oppressions. And we have always been committed to combat the global arrogance, and we have decided to never succumb in front of the global arrogance. Also, we have always combated and we have fought against the occupations and the occupying regime. Another principle is that the promotion and the expansion of the relations with all of the countries, especially the neighboring countries, and especially the Muslim countries, is at the top of Iranian foreign policy. The fact is that we have never started any war, and we are not going to start any war with any country in the world. But of course, we will never accept aggression, and we will never accept the intrusion and the interference of the other countries into our domestic and national affairs. I have the honor to tell you that Islamic Republic of Iran is the only country that has supported the Lebanese and the Palestinian people in front of the crimes of the Israeli regime. And of course, we have had lots of costs in this regard, but still we are proud of these costs that we have made. But to recapitulate it, the expansion of the relations with the neighboring countries is at the top of our country. And we will do it with our principles of wisdom, expediency, and dignity.
Excellency, from that, of course, Iran is also part of many important organizations like the OIC, like the D8, like so many other important organizations, the United Nations as well. How do you see Iran's role in these important organizations, and what efforts do you feel should be made to further strengthen these organizations?
یکی از دیگه از اصول جمهوری اسلامی اینه حضور در همه
One of the other principles of the Iranian foreign policy is active participation in the international organizations and regional organizations. And the reason to participate in this active participation is to attend actively in these international and regional forums within the framework of the interests of the Islamic world. Of course, the role and the initiatives of different organizations are quite different. We believe that regarding ECO, we believe that the building fathers of ECO, which are Turkey, Iran, and Pakistan, can act and can implement many projects, including the ECO transportation line, ITI, which is called the transportation line from Islamabad through Tehran to Istanbul, and it can contribute to the promotion and expansion of the southwest and northeast corridor, and this is a very important initiative that should be promoted and even strengthened. Regarding SEO, we are actively participating in SEO, and just about 2 years ago, and recently we are added to SEO. And we believe that this initiative would be very important for the political and security cooperations between the participants. And another organization, which is OIC, and Islamic Republic of Iran is among the building fathers of OIC, is meant to participate actively in order to provide the rights of the Muslim Ummah, and to actively participate for the prosperity and well-being of the all Muslim countries in the region. Of course, OIC has different objectives and different goals. One of them can be political, the other can be religious, and even it has some economical goals. I should tell you that OIC had many achievements, but despite of this fact, it has some shortcomings, and we should try to somehow bridge in the gap of these shortcomings. Even OIC can enter into the promotion of prosperity and well-being in the region. Even the OIC participants can be active in economical trades and banking channels and all of the initiatives that somehow can contribute to the strength of the Islamic Ummah.
Excellency, we know that Pakistan holds the rotating chairmanship of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The meeting of the heads of the government of the members of the SCO is going to be held in mid-October. Of course, Iran is going to be a part of this, inshallah, as well. How do you see, you've given us a little outlook of Iran's role within the SCO. Now I'd like to understand, how is Iran's interaction with Pakistan within the ambit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? How can both countries, that is Iran and Pakistan, work together to strengthen platforms such as the SCO? And also, thirdly, how do you view Pakistan's role in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? How do you feel Pakistan could maybe strengthen its role within the SCO with all the other member countries? What needs to be done to further that cooperation?
اولا شانگهای یک ابتکار بسیار بسیار مهمی است برای کشورهای اوراسیا و شرق.
Regarding SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, I should tell you that this was a very important and significant initiative. something which was lacking for a long time in the East, and the counterpart of which was existing in the West. And we didn't have such an initiative in the West, but fortunately, this initiative started. And I have the honor to tell you that last year, Iran officially was accepted in SCO as a member state, and we can participate and have our active role in SCO. I believe that Shanghai Cooperation Organization has the interconnecting role between the East and Eurasia. I think that no other two countries in the world can have such an active role in SCO, because Pakistan and Iran can connect East to the Russia and Eurasia with their cooperations. And there are a large ambit of cooperations and issues in SCO regarding political, security, and economical issues. Because Iran and Pakistan are stayed at the borderline of East and Eurasia and the Russia, I think that a great opportunity is provided for the cooperation of the whole Shanghai organization in this regard. So to put it in a nutshell, I think that Iran and Pakistan are the interconnecting states of Shanghai from West to Eurasia. Regarding this SCO, lots of initiative has been taken, and I have the honor to tell you that Islamic Republic of Iran is going to participate in this initiative. The first vice president of Iran is going to participate as the head of state of Iran in this initiative during the coming October.
Excellency, one situation that is plaguing the Middle East is the current situation in Palestine. Started almost a year back and now has escalated to other areas such as Lebanon, such as Yemen, such as Syria. Now, Pakistan and Iran both share a commonality of views when it comes to the situation in Gaza. What, in your point of view, needs to be done to alleviate the plight of the Palestinians under the current geopolitical circumstances?
بله، مسئله غزه و مسئله اشغال فلسطین.
Regarding the issue of Palestine and Gaza, I should tell you that this is the most important and primary issue in the Muslim world. The fact is that there is an occupation for more than 76 years. And in these years, the dignity of the Palestinian people is somehow shattered. Just suppose those people who have been born about 76 years ago, they are now elderly old people, but still they are under oppression, and their land and their homeland is occupied by the Israeli regime. And of course, they are deprived of all sorts of rights, including the basics life, the human right, and they are facing with oppression, and there are lots of crimes and cruelties by the Israeli regime against the Palestinian people. Unfortunately, from the last year at the same time, which happened around October, we are facing with the unprecedented and an exclusive genocide in whole history of human being. And there is a large amount of egregious violation of human rights against the Palestinian people. And we are facing crimes like assassination, and the assassination of the leaders of the resistance group, especially Shahid Ismail Haniyeh, who was the former prime minister of Palestine and the leader of the political office of Hamas. And after that, we witnessed the martyrdom of Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah. The fact is that the world is facing the most unprecedented genocide in the human history. And just suppose that the Israeli regime, in order to assassinate just one single character, used more than 85 bunker buster bombs, which can somehow amount to about 85 tons just for assassinating one person. I think that the solution out in this case is the unity and integrity in the Muslim world. And I think that if all of the Muslim countries take their hand in hand and use their capacities, they can overcome this plight. I think that there is capacity and there is readiness in the nations of the Muslim Ummah. I think that the governments in the Muslim world should make the way open for the nations to act. And of course, this is not a big deal. I think that most of the government can start from the very small jobs, like cutting the trade relations with Israel, or cutting the diplomatic relations with Israel, or somehow pressurize Israel to stop its genocide. Another point is that there are some nations and countries in the world that they are boycotting the trade relations with Israel, but still there are some countries that are continuing their trade relations with Israel. I think that if the nations and countries boycott Israel and they cut their relations, somehow this genocide will be stopped. And of course, still the burden of responsibility is over the Islamic Ummah and mostly on the countries which are settled around and at the neighborhood of Israeli regime. At the end, I should extend my appreciation to the government and people of Pakistan for their powerful and strong positions regarding the Palestinian nation. And I think that the position of the people of Pakistan and the government of Pakistan was even much more better and much more powerful and stronger than many other nations and countries in the world.
Excellency, thank you for that opinion. And of course, Pakistan will always side with its Palestinian brethren. I have done many shows in which I have invited the Palestinian Deputy Head of Mission, Mr. Nader al-Turk, and we've highlighted the issues that plague Gaza, Palestine, and we regularly highlighted in our shows as well, because Pakistan feels that it is its responsibility not only to highlight this issue, but also to try to find solutions to this issue, and we've been highlighting it in the different international fora as well. Another very important burning issue of this region is that of illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Iran has been extremely vocal when it comes to this issue. I'd like to understand what the official opinion of Iran is regarding the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, and what needs to be done for the people of that region to give their right to self-determination, to decide what they want to do with the land that they live in, as has been enshrined in various United Nations Security Council resolutions.
این مسئله یکی از اون مسائلی است که
My dear brother, this conflict is one of those conflicts which is the remain of the colonial period. And unfortunately, this is remains from the time that the Britishers were colonizing states in this region, and they left the region with this conflict. As you know, there are some regulations and some laws, and of course, as you know, the position of the Islamic Republic of Iran is known to all, and this has been a constant position for a long time. And the Iranian position has always been the support of the Muslim world in the region, and we believe that the Muslim world and the Muslim Ummah should not be under any oppression, and the Muslim people should live with well-being, with prosperity wherever they are residing, bereft of the geographical places. As far as you know, and everybody knows, the position of Islamic Republic of Iran has always been constant and stable, and this is recognized to all. And we do believe and we hope that never the situation between Pakistan and India can lead to some unwanted situation. Of course, Pakistan and India have relation with each other, and we have relation with the two states. So we have relations with India as Pakistan has relations with India. We believe in this regard to whatever decisions that Pakistan and India take with each other.
Excellency, there are many other challenges that exist, many challenges that are mutual to our countries and to other nations as well. Challenges such as terrorism, challenges such as narcotic smuggling, challenges such as human trafficking. Can these challenges be jointly worked upon by both our countries, Pakistan and Iran?
این موارد
What you said regarding smuggling, terrorism, and narcotic smuggling is a reality in this region. And we believe that these blights and these problems and these challenges are created by the external players in the region. I think that Iran and Pakistan should have cooperation regarding combating these blights and these challenges, because these challenges are threatening the well-being and the security of the people. By the grace of Allah Almighty, during the last years we have had great achievements regarding the cooperations of Iran and Pakistan in these issues, and the two countries have agreed resolutely that we should cooperate and interact in order to control these problems and these challenges. I believe that if we can make the border lines and the common border lines of the two countries into the border lines of trade and economy, somehow the grounds of terrorism and these challenges will be uprooted and devastated. And by devastating the grounds of these challenges, I think that the ground will be more provided for more cooperations. The more the cooperations and interactions in the common border are increased, and the more jobs are created, and the more poverty and the other challenges are eliminated from the region, I think that these challenges will be somehow consequently solved, because whenever we are deleting and eliminating the grounds of these challenges, those external players will not find any ground to play in to threaten the two countries.
Excellency, also how important is it for both the countries to work for the socio-economic development of Balochistan, of Sistan Balochistan, through measures like border sustenance markets, economic free zones, enhancing border security?
ما برای این کار توافق بین دو کشور توافق امضا
Regarding
شد.
the socio-economical situation in Sistan and Balochistan of Iran and Balochistan state of Pakistan, I should tell you that recently we have signed MOUs and some contracts between the two countries, and I believe that if these MOUs and contracts get implemented, the grounds will be more provided for the developments of the region. Already 3 markets are activated, and we are busy to activate 3 more markets in this region, and I believe that by these markets more grounds will be provided for the economical practice and action of the people in the local state in order to get boosted. Another initiative was that already the trade volume in the local region was about $80, and we could achieve to increase it into $400. And we are working more and more to increase even this amount to some higher digits. Another initiative is that we are busy to create the common window in Mir Javed Taftan common border. And we are trying to make the duty and make the custom of the common border 3 hours a day and 7 days a week. I believe that by exchange of goods, more development will be created in the region, because the people can get activated somehow in the business and trade. Another issue which was somehow agreed between the two countries was during the visit of President Raisi to Rimdan region with Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan Shahbaz Sharif, and the two sides decided to create a free trade zone in that region, and we are busy these days to activate this initiative. I believe that 3 initiatives should be taken in order to boost the socio-economical status of the region. One of them is the activation of the markets and border markets. Another one is the activation and the expansion of the border crossing. and the fluid transportation between the two regions. Because whenever these three initiatives are made and these three provisions are finalized, more grounds is provided for the activation and the trade activities of the local people, something that somehow can lead to the well-being of the people in the region.
Excellency, our Defence Minister Khaja Mohammad Asif participated in the third ministerial meeting of the quadrilateral group of Pakistan, China, Iran and Russia that took place on the sidelines of the 79th United Nations General Assembly session in New York on the 27th of September this year. The meeting discussed the situation in Afghanistan and efforts for the promotion of peace, security and stability in Afghanistan. There was a lot of concern that was showed also on the security challenge that emanate from the territory of Afghanistan, particularly the terrorism threat. And this, of course, it was called on during the meeting to the Afghan government to fight terrorism and eliminate all the terrorist groups and prevent Afghan territory from being used against its neighbors. What was, Excellency, the outcome of this mood? Secondly, looking at the current Afghan situation, how do you see the desire by both Iran as well as Pakistan for Afghan peace, security, for stability in the region?
بله برای این جلسه به پیشنهاد وزیر امور خارجه جمهوری اسلامی ایران
Yes, this session and this meeting was suggested by the initiative of the Honorable Foreign Minister of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and this session was held then. It was recently that I read the briefing of that session. The four participants in this session agreed about some points, some of which that I explained for you here. The first thing is that the four countries agreed that there is a reality in Afghanistan, and the interim government in Afghanistan is a reality, and the participants of this session agreed that we should all help in order to help this reality to adopt itself with its neighbors. Another point is that the participant agreed that a comprehensive government should be created in Afghanistan with the participation of the minority groups, including all ethnic and religious minorities in that country. Also, it was agreed that there should be more cooperations with the interim government in order to devastate and eliminate the terrorism and to uproot the roots of terrorism in the region. The fact is that Afghanistan has been under oppression and has been under occupation for many years. And the current situation in Afghanistan is the consequence of years and decades of occupation, and we can say that the Afghan brothers are the hereditary of this occupation and these problems. Another issue is the issue of refugees, and as you know, more than 5 to 6 million refugees are residing in Iran and Pakistan, and these refugees are creating some problems for Iran and for Pakistan, and the ground should be provided for the dignitary and honorable and respectful return of these Afghan brothers to their nation. And of course, the channels of talk and negotiation should be kept open. And the fourth side agreed that the concentration should be over the devastation and the elimination of roots of terrorism in the region, in a way that the region can enjoy the opportunity of stability, peace, and security for a long time.
Excellency, another thing that is plaguing the Muslim Ummah is the concept of Islamophobia, as well as issues with interfaith harmony. How important is it for countries like Iran, like Pakistan, to work jointly to A, eliminate this misconception about Islamophobia, and also to remove all misperceptions that exist between different faiths in order for each faith to understand, respect the other faith as well under the current circumstances, because we see a lot of issues emanating because of the current situation in Middle East that have led to more and more incidents of Islamophobia emanating in the West. How can countries like Pakistan and Iran jointly work together, or with other Muslim countries as well, in order to dispel this problem of Islamophobia and create more interfaith harmony.
سوال خیلی خوبی است. اولا ما باعث خوشبختی است که ایران و پاکستان در
I want to bring you an example that happened for me when I was an official in Iran about some years ago. One of the officials in one of the Western countries came to me and told me, I'll ask you to delete execution from your laws. I told him, why do you ask us to delete this execution? Because this is one of the laws which are in Quran. And why is that you're asking this request? I asked him, can you delete one of your laws, which is, for example, democracy? And he said that, no, how is that possible? We cannot delete this law. I told him, why cannot you delete democracy? He said that because this is our law. I said in return, how do you dare ask me to delete one of the regulations and laws which is came to us by God? That is why you cannot dare to delete one of the laws which is created by yourself. And of course, after saying this, he told that, yes, we have the same law in our Old Testament and in the New Testament. And my point is that we should not be shy, and we should be proud of our Islamic values. And I think that the Muslim countries should cooperate with each other, and they should work with each other in order to work and combat Islamophobia.
Finally, Excellency, I know I've taken a lot of your time and you've been very patient with me, so I thank you so much for that. My last question concerns the future of the relations between Iran and Pakistan. What do you foresee during your tenure and in the years to come as elements that will further strengthen the relation between both Pakistan and Iran? And also, if you'd like to give a message to the people of Pakistan through our channel PTV World, it will be my privilege to also have that as part of my show.
من معتقدم که روابط ایران و پاکستان
I believe that the relations between Iran and Pakistan is at its best. And as I'm seeing and as I'm witnessing, I see that the ties and relations between Iran and Pakistan is exemplary. Of course, there are lots of potentialities and capacities between the two countries, and it should be flourished. And we should try and we should help to flourish these capacities and potentialities. There is a proverb in Persian language says that sometimes the wolves and the dogs want to drink water, but there are some others that stop them. By this proverb, I'm trying to tell you that the relations between Iran and Pakistan has some disturbers. There are some third parties that they are trying to stop the two countries to prevent them enjoying their common capacities and potentialities. To bring just some examples, I should tell you that Pakistan has great sources of fresh water. Pakistan has great agricultural staples. On the other hand, Iran has energy, and Iran has the number one resources of gas and oil in the world. And there is a need and demand in Pakistani side, and there is a request in the Iranian side to export these resources to Pakistan. Iran and Pakistan should get activated in order to boost the corridors from north to south and south. I think that the air, land and sea lines and ways should be expanded and promoted. There is a very important and critical point here that the third parties and some players are trying to stop the two countries to enjoy these capacities that they have. But I think that the people of the two countries and the government should work with patience and resolutely in order to activate these potentialities. I believe that there is firm determination in the two sides, but I think that we should work. We should implement the MOUs that we have. Just to bring an example, I think that more than 50 to 60% of the commodities and the goods that we need could be found in the other side. It means that some of the goods that Iran needs could be found in Pakistan, and some of the commodities that Pakistan needs could be found in Iran. The point is that the two sides should work to each other, and something very important is that the nation and the people of Pakistan should help their government in order to flourish these capacities. Another point is that I believe that the people of Pakistan are vigilant and always sensitive toward the Islamic issues. And I witnessed that Pakistani nation and Pakistani people are the pioneers in the world regarding the Muslim issues. If you just take the example of the status in Gaza and Lebanon, you see that the people of Pakistan are very active and they are pioneers. They are avant-garde in this regard. Even in this time, we saw that there was some demonstrations by the people. Even there was some resolutions. There was some resolution in the Assembly of Pakistan. There was some positions and statements by the government of Pakistan. And I think that the people of Pakistan are active, joyous, and happy people. And I really wish from the depth of my heart and wholeheartedly that these people live under the shadow of God, under the shadow of Quran, under the shadow of the Holy Prophet of Islam, with prosperity, happiness, and well-being forever after.
Thank you so very much, Excellency. These are so touching words, heartwarming words, and I think these reflect the true tradition of Irani values and the true Irani sentiments towards Pakistan. And I can vouch for the fact that our nation reciprocates the same sentiments towards our brotherly country of Iran as well. We hope that the coming years and decades prove to be excellent, prosperous, not only for both the countries, for the region, but also for the Islamic Ummah. And I hope that all the issues that are currently plaguing the Muslim world will be taken care of by a joint consensus of the entire world, especially the Muslim countries of the world. We wish that from the Pakistani side, and I hope and I'm sure the Irani side reciprocates the same feeling, and we also look at strengthening of relations between both our countries in these coming times as well. Thank you very much, Excellency Dr. Reza Amiri Moghaddam, to have joined us, to have talked to us extensively on Iran-Pakistan relations, on Iran's perspective on different issues, and of course where you feel this is going forward as far as our bilateral cooperation is concerned. And again, thank you, sir, very much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's Diplomatic Enclave. We'll see you inshallah with another guest in another show. Till then, take care of yourselves, and of course continue to foster those relations between your country and countries such as Iran through people-to-people contact. I feel this is one of the best avenues through which we can understand each other and build on that relation and friendship. Allah Hafiz. And Excellency, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.